Once again, dash cam footage has shown us the events leading up to a cop being forced to punch a 21-year-old homeless man in the face. Let's watch.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah. All I care about is the RMS. Get your hands out. Get your hands out.
Put your hands behind your back. I told you not to spit on you.
Two events that happened in that footage, and I want us in a second to play that again so that you can see what I'm talking about. You see supposedly the homeless man who had been approached by this police officer, Clark Dickson.
Where was this?
This was in Seattle on January 3rd of this year. The homeless man apparently spitting on the police officer. So watch his body language very, very closely, but you're also going to see the body language of the police officer. Now, we are showing you just about 10 seconds before the spitting happens, but for several minutes, apparently, he had been standing with his shoulders up, like trying to intimidate this guy. So very quickly, let's watch this again, and then we'll talk.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah. All I care about is the RMS. Get your hands out. Get your hands out.
Put your hands behind your back. I told you not to spit on you.
So he says that he had to punch him, apparently, because he spit on him. That was a 21-year-old Christopher Tavai that apparently spat on Clark Dickson. Now, an investigation conducted by the department's civilian-led accountability arm, which included a detailed analysis of the video. There's one other video, by the way, which hasn't been released yet. Couldn't definitively prove that the homeless man ever spit in the first place. Immediately afterward, even though he had committed no crime, Tavai was arrested and booked on charges of assault, which is ironic. The county attorney's officer later declined to file any formal charges against him, since apparently the most grave part of his assault on that cop was that he might have hurt the cop's knuckles with his cheek.
First of all, on the spitting, I believe he did spit. I don't know if he got it on the cop. The investigators said he had angled his head down. They couldn't tell if he'd actually spit or if the spit landed on the cop or not. But I believe he did spit because the cop.
You see a movement.
Not only do you see a movement, but the cop says, "I told you not to spit on me." I don't look. By the way, I have personally been involved in a case where a cop said that he was spat on when I was right there, and I know he wasn't spat on. So it's not like they wouldn't make that up. But they wouldn't have had that. I don't think he would have had that reaction instantly.
It's too clever.
Yeah,
well,
it's setting up an excuse for later.
I know they know the camera's on.
They know the camera's on.
I actually, I'm usually on the other side of this a little, but I don't. I think he probably spit on him too, but that doesn't. Him saying it is not persuasive to me.
I mean, you talk to people, inner city, young black kids or something, and they'll say one of the most terrifying things you can hear from a cop: "Stop resisting arrest."
Oh, that's true. That's absolutely true.
Now, but I think where you're going with this, and certainly where I go with this, is so what if he spat on him?
Yeah, it doesn't really
so
matter.
So what? So if that's a misdemeanor, if you write a ticket for that, write the ticket. The guy was not in any physical danger. There's no legal punishment for spitting that is a punch in the face.
There's also two kinds. Spitting is an aggressive act.
Okay.
But there's also two kinds of spitting. If I spit on your elbow or your shirt, it is different than spitting in your face.
Yes.
In a righteous world of nobody's armed and it's just men being men, some guy spits in your face. If that guy punches you in the face, I don't think the guy's going to have a lot of sympathy. We're going to call it even. You spit in my face. He punched you in the face. Then you guys walked out of the bar. That's it.
But you know what?
Several tiers down.
Right. That spit on the shoes is, and for the cop, like again, we wouldn't be talking about this if the guy if the cop had grabbed his shoulders, turned him around aggressively, shoved him down on the back of, assuming that was a car, loudly, aggressively, maybe left a mark, right, and then cuffed him. We're not doing the story. Yeah. We're not doing the story.
And the only thing I would kind of push back on is it's not just man-to-man when it's a cop and a
That's what I'm saying. That was why I said that. It's not man-to-man. One guy the guy's got a weapon. He's got authority. He's able to intimidate that whole conversation.
He's got other people holding the man right there.
The guy's homeless. I mean, literally talk about punching down. It's like you can't punch down more.
Yeah. Now, one of the reasons, we're going to talk about the consequences, because one of the reasons that I love this story is what the investigation found out, what their conclusion about why this event went down the way it did. And it's exactly the sort of thing that we've been talking about here as a company for 3 years now. But first, the investigation. Over a month after the incident, South Precinct Chief David Proudfoot watched the video and ordered an investigation. According to the OPA, the investigation took several months and found Dickson's behavior escalated the situation. And here is what the Office of Professional Accountability said. Stare-down behavior combined with the body posturing, tone, and tenor of the words exchanged between the named employee, Dickson, the police officer, and subject escalated the interaction. While not rising to the level of a taunt, the conduct led to the named employee being close enough to the subject to be spat on. The resulting punch was immediate and occurred even before the partner office began reacting to the spit. Timing of his reaction suggests that the named employee's actions were premeditated.
Right.
And that's what we've been talking about. It's that they're supposedly trained to de-escalate situations, and yet they seem to go into the situation thinking that the best way to avoid violence is to try to intimidate the shit out of the person. And then if you get to punch him, or if you get to tase him, or if you get to shoot him, mission accomplished. And they seem to be recognizing that.
Talk about like an escalating situation. Where was the huge tension before? Like, where was the menace from the guy who got punched? I mean, where was this wasn't that tense a situation. Yeah. It didn't seem like. I mean, and, you know, now I'll sound a little like Jimmy Dore, a little like Jimmy Dore. If you, I mean, if you're going to react that way to being spit on, and not spit on your face, and let's acknowledge there's a big difference being spit elsewhere than being spit in your face, and you think as soon as somebody spits on me in any situation, I'm taking him down, I'm going to punch him, I'm going to take him down, then don't be a cop. You're not good enough. You're not a good enough person. Yeah. You don't have the you don't have the body chemistry. You don't have the composure. You don't have the emotional makeup to be a police officer. You're not a guy who should put themselves in tense situations because you couldn't handle being spit on by a homeless man.
Yeah.
So let's acknowledge that what happened here with the homeless man was what cops consider the biggest crime in America. Disrespecting a police officer, right? So they don't, murder, that's bad. You know, sexual assault, bad. Disrespecting a police officer, okay, you're going to get your ass kicked immediately or perhaps shot immediately. Yeah. We're not going to have a trial over that. We're going to do the assault and possible killing on the spot. So he's saying, hey, I mean, I acted with restraint, right? I mean, there's another guy who says in Ferguson that he acted with restraint when he pointed a rifle at somebody's head and said, I'm going to fucking kill you, right? Because they really believe in their culture that that was restraint. So look, if you're a cop, it's supposed to be the other way around. Yeah. A regular person, you get spit on, you're going to have a natural emotional reaction. The cops are supposed to be better than that because we gave them a badge and we gave them a gun and we gave them a ton of responsibility. They're supposed to try to remain calm and de-escalate. Now, you got to get it under control. We're not saying that people get to walk around spitting on cops. Hell no. But that doesn't mean that you get to wail on people. So, like Ben said, you want to, you want to arrest them and go, hey, you know what? That's a violation of the law. I'm going to take you down, and by taking you down to jail, I'm going to scare you a little bit, and then I'm going to let you go because it's not really that big a deal, right? But the part that drives me crazy here is they charged him with assault. And
I have no beef with again, like if you're going to punch him, then you just meted out the justice. Like then it's done. Well, you shouldn't punch him. But then you're done. But I think
if you punch him, you have to take him in.
You know what I
think? You get to just release him back into the wild.
No, that was the old days. But I think that all these cops like Dickson, like Officer Dickson, should be forced to watch Gary Cooper movies. I think they should be forced to show the cultural model of what it means to have a badge and a gun and responsibility and to be better than the other guy and not worse than the other guy.
Everybody's got to watch High Noon.
That's my prescription, High Noon.
Yeah. And then finally, I'm so happy that they have a civilian board there. Because this is what civilian boards are supposed to do. Go, hey, wait a minute. That doesn't look right. Yeah. So here's what cop boards do. Yeah, go get him, big guy. Right? And what do? They had suspended him without pay for 2 days. Whoop de frickin' do for clocking a guy, in a way that is clearly outside of protocol. Yeah. And the chief said, 2 days is too much. And he brought it down to 1 day. 1 day. Okay. So it's not like the guy had any real consequences in the first place. 1 day. And the civilian board said, no. This is not acceptable behavior when you're patrolling the civilians. Yeah. And no, the fact that the guy's homeless doesn't make it any better. I mean, look, Fox News, of course, in the Freddie Gray case said, Well, I mean, he wasn't really an upstanding. He wasn't a pillar of the community
Yeah.
anyway, right? Now you don't get to do that. You're supposed to treat us all equally.